When it comes to picking your duels, I think the most important thing to remember is like fundamentally, or like the foundation of fighting and taking duels is having the best chance at getting your kill, right? And then getting away. Remember that that's your number one objective when taking a duel is how can I kill this person and live long enough to hopefully kill a second one. Because if you're able to kill a second one, more often than not, you're just gonna win the round. So I think it's important to. Oh my god, this is the old version of the map. Shit. Wait, is it actually? Oh no, it's not. It is the same thing. About the same thing. Okay. So yes, at its core, picking a duel means how can I kill this person without like, how can I kill this person and give myself the highest chance of a follow-up, right? And getting a second one. Because if you can do that, you can carry pretty much any round so long as you execute it right every single time. That being said, there's a lot of spaces to do this, right? And you remember that a lot of this is going on in your head and it changes from round to round. So let's say you're playing cat. And you're playing cat here. From here, you have to understand that like picking a duel is very situational. It really depends on what's going on at the map at any given time. So when you're running up a lot of the times, like what I like to do is when I'm running up towards cat, I'm listening for any type of halls noise, right? Because I'll throw this molly. You see this a lot in my plays. I'll throw this molly and I'll run up. And then as I'm running up, I'm looking this way because directional hearing, you can hear what's in front of you more than what's behind you. I don't really know why that's a thing in this game, but it is. When you're looking at something, you'll hear towards that more. It's like a cone. It's like a cone with like. How do I? Yeah, there's directional hearing. So it works like this. I'll just show you on Paint. Let's say this is you. The cone works kind of like this. Oh shit. This is your area of hearing, and then this is where you're looking. Right? You're looking this way. So your area of hearing is much wider in front of you than it is behind you. I don't know why that's a thing in this game. It just is. So that's the reason why I'll always be looking towards halls when I'm doing this, because then I can hear anyone that's jumping under. What I'm looking for isn't people running up towards halls. Yes, this is a good thing to know. If you hear like a B rush, you can always fall back to site and quickly get back to B as they're running through here. But more often than not, you have a B player with you, so that's not really that much of an urgent thing, because usually you just come here, and then when they start jumping out, you just kill them all. Like, it's pretty easy usually. What I'm really listening for is people jumping into underpass. Notice the noises, like the difference in noises when this happens. People jumping underpass. Right, you'll hear that. You'll hear this. The tile noise instead of like sand. So as soon as I hear that tile noise, I'll know that there's people underpass, and that means that I can no longer take a safe duel towards mid, right? So the second I hear that tile noise, I'm gonna be backing up and fighting here. The reason I fight here is because now look, there is no way I can ever get shot from any direction but this direction. So this is pretty much like the best duel you can ever take, right? At its foundation is the best duel you can take, where your gun is pointed in the direction, or where your gun is facing the only place they can come from, right? There's only one place they can come from, and your gun is already facing there. This is the best way to take it because all you have to do is just shoot, and there's no chance they can ever kill you from the sides. So the only time they can ever try to trade you is by running back into your gun at the same time. And if you have a rifle or an op, doesn't really matter, because you op here, you jiggle back and you come back out for a second shot. Same exact concept. They have to keep running back into a danger zone, right? Your cone of fire is always this way, right? And you always want to have that type of situation. So the reason why I back up here is because I hear underpass. But if I don't hear underpass, then in my mind I know, hey dude, they can't be coming up from my side. If I swing here, they can't shoot me from here, right? There's no one that's ever going to be here. They have to be boxes or up chair or in these areas, right? So as I sweep this, look at these angles opening up one at a time, right? I sweep this, chair's clear, I sweep this. This is clear, this is clear, this is clear. I take these one at a time. So there's only one opportunity for them to like counterplay me, is by taking a duel against me, right? You don't want to die without the opportunity for a duel. Does that make sense? And that's how you pick a duel. Is that you know that there's no chance for them to fight you without having to face you head on. That's always what your mission is when taking a duel. Same concept on A. A lot of the times people will be playing here. Look how bad this spot is, right? Yes, the only way that the ramp guys can fight me is by walking into my cone of fire. But guess what the other spots are? Most of the time, they'll be player palace. Now this guy, he's going to kill you every single time. If you swing ramp and he hears you swinging ramp and you're fighting his ramp teammates, he's going to swing you and kill you. So here's a good spot to fight palace. Here's a good spot to fight palace so long as your jungle guys don't let them cross the site. Then there's a good spot to fight palace. That palace guy has only one chance to kill you. And there's no other chance for his teammates to help him. Unless if he has 2 palace, but even then, he has to walk back into your cone of fire again. Same thing back here. A lot of times you'll see people playing back here. This is a great spot. Because what this allows is that only the ramp guys can fight you. And the palace guys, they don't even have a chance. The only ways that the palace guys can ever fight you is by swinging so wide that at this point, they're pretty much dead. If they come out to trade you here, they're dead. There's all of these spots. Same thing with jungle. The reason why you don't see people swinging in front of this connector hole or the connector entranceway is because if they're fighting here, they can get shot in the back, right? So always keep that in mind. Where can I be exposed to? If I take this fight, am I exposed from anywhere else? And if that answer is yes, find a new spot. Don't just force that fight. So if I know he's palace, that's why in my games you'll see like in my games when I'm playing, if I'm playing con and I hear a call for palace, like there's a guy coming up palace, I'll back up behind this wall first and then swing this way. Because what this allows is that this wall is not protecting me from con. Does that make sense? So this is why like situational awareness and picking situational awareness is the most important part to taking a duel. Same thing with window, right? If I know that there's no one coming underpass, I can swing close. I can swing this side of the window, right? The right side of the window is fine to swing if I know there's no one underpass. If there is someone underpass, this is probably the worst idea because this like indent in the wall is like pushing you against this wall, so you have very limited space. So you're kind of forced to like expose yourself to underpass if you're fighting this. So if I know there's someone underpass, I'll always be backing up. I mean, if I know there's someone underpass, I'm not gonna even swing window most of the time, unless if there's already a smoke here. If there's a smoke here, then I'll cross to the left side possibly, and that's really dependent. That's dependent if I'm confident in my con and cat guy not letting them up. Because if I do this, the only play I have is to wait for the smoke to fade and then fight from the left side, where I know that I'm most likely safe from anyone trying to fight me from underpass, right? Because I can just stick this back wall, and all they can fight is from here and here, and they're in my cone of fire, right? My cone of fire is facing here. There's no opportunity for them to fight me without being shot back. Same thing with B. It's like these situations are pretty similar. If I know that they have mid, I'll never be playing here. But if I know that we have cat and there's no possibility they can get up cat on me, I'll be playing here. Because what this means is that there's no way these guys can fight me without walking out balk, right? The only way they can fight me is by standing balk. Unless if I jiggle this window. But even then, if I jiggle this window, I'll be jiggling more on this side. Therefore, the balk guys can't see me. So I'm fighting this window completely free of counterplay. And the only counterplay is for them to out-aim me. That's why a lot of people play this angle too. The only counterplay is if they out-aim you here. Because they can't cross this window and get to balk. They can't jump out this window. They have to fight you here. This is the only place they can fight you if you're standing here. Unless if you know there's cat guys, but even then this wall is protecting you. This is why this is such a strong spot. Because this wall is protecting you from cat and you fight here. And if they are coming from cat, you can just sidestep backwards and start fighting cat like this. And then the only way they can ever fight you is by swinging wide balk, but usually you'll have a B player. If your B player falls, you probably lose the round. Or you at least lose the site and you have to play retake. Is it ideal to play bench or jail? Well, let's take a look. A lot of players like playing jail. This is jail. Let's see. The only place they can peek you is here, or if they're up cat, they're here. This is a cone of fire. This is pretty good. Obviously, it's not ideal if they're up cat because most of the time they won't be really coming get right. A lot of players usually go towards E-box if they're coming up cat, only because they can then secure the window. So if they come cat, you're probably dead. If you're playing bench, I mean, if you're playing jail, you're probably dead. That's the one bad thing about bench, is that bench is really only good for holding cat. The reason why I say that is because people coming out of apps, they can jump out the window on you and then come down here and look at your cone of fire. You have to go vertically. I mean, look at the opportunities they have to fight you if they come from apps. You have to worry about this, and if they jump out window, they can come wide, and you're just gonna get overwhelmed back here. That's why a lot of people don't play bench early round. The only time you really play bench is if you know they can't come apps. If they're coming from only cat, then you play bench. So it's like, it's like a mess spot. And even then, bench is like, I don't know. This wall's just not very good at protecting anything. You can kind of shoot through it. See? You can kill anyone who's behind there. So it's just not very good. It's just not a very good spot. If you want to hold apps, you play here. This is why you need 2 players on B. 1 cat player and 1 towards B site. A lot of times, a lot of players, when they want to hold cat, they'll hold from here. Because what this allows them to do is this huge ass wall protects them from apps. And the only time you can ever kill this guy is by either getting past your get right guy, or whoever's playing towards apps, like your van or get right guy. The only time that you can ever kill this guy back here holding cat is by jumping way past. Do you know what I mean? They have to push so deep to get you. And all the while you're taking 3 fights cat, and you can take fights in apps if you really wanted to without like counterplay. But most of the time you won't want to take fights apps if you're here, because again, using your brain, you know that if you swing cat here, or I mean if you swing apps here, the cat guys can still see you here. So that's why a lot of players they'll play empty if they want to fight apps, because look, they can't, the cat guys can't see you. Does that make sense? Just understand your angles. What's up, Andrew? Yeah, same thing here. And T-side's pretty much the same story. T-side's the same story, except you're gonna be on the attacking end, so you're not gonna be holding. So if I know that I'm gonna have to come up ramp, if I come up ramp, I know that there's 3 really dangerous spots I have to worry about right from the jump. The stairs guy, post guy, and this corner right here, right? Everything else, like bench, here, they're not immediate threats when I'm coming out from here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna instantly come out and fight this first. I'm aware that this guy can be here, so there's a reason why I only step out a little bit. Because look at this wall, it's protecting me. But if I come out wide, I guess this also works actually. Oh, never mind. I forgot there's a reason why we don't do that, or I don't do that. Your shadow actually shows up here. This is a thing for the newer version of the map too. Your shadow will actually show up here before you peek. So that's why you'll see players peeking close first. So this wall protects me from this corner, guys. So once I fight this, realize it's clear, I can come out wide and swing him. But make sure while you're swinging him, you're aware of this angle, right? You're still aware of this angle. Keep in mind that just because it's clear in the moment, it won't be clear in 2 seconds when that guy steps out and shoots you. So I shoot this, it's clear, and I'm swinging. Like all the while I'm fighting this guy, I'm making sure that I'm always on the move, because crowd spraying is actually like, this is why crowd spraying is in the game, so you can do things like this. It's still relatively accurate. Obviously it won't be as accurate as like standing still and spraying, but it's accurate enough to where you don't really have to worry about it. So I come here and I'm swinging, and I'm on the move. That way this wall is not protecting me from the stairs. Right? So I'm swinging this. And in this corner, if he's standing out here, probably swing out and kill you. But obviously, if I'm fighting this and he's not here, he's probably here. So if I swing this, don't see him, he's here. Makes sense. So it's like you take these angles one at a time. You just understand your position. You understand what can see you and what can't. And that's really the basis of that. And there you go. Understanding angles and how to take aim duels. And that's about it, honestly. Obviously, each map is gonna have different angles. That's kind of a given. So you're just gonna have to like use your own deduction, be smart. I'm sure you guys can handle it. A lot of you are most likely more intelligent than I am. So yeah. Like smokes are also important, you throw this. Now all of a sudden, anyone bottom con can't fight you, so you can take this fight for free. This is the only spot they can fight you in. So it's like, that's how Yuto can help you too. So, yeah. And that is understanding angles and how to take aim duels.